Start speaking, here we go. So this is the second installment in the series of cool stuff that physics has. This time it's our hybrid setup. As you can see, we're in the physics theatre, so if you have online students and face-to-face students in the same course and you want to engage in both of them, we have a new setup for you. As you can see, Harry is at the board here and he'll be demonstrating today. So on the right here, we have the Zoom call, which obviously we're all involved in now. So you can have that in the lecture. Obviously, you have the chat, which most students are more involved in, but we also have the video feed as well. So if a student does want to go on camera and ask a question, it's all very unlikely, they can do that in front of the class and the class can all engage in that. On the left side here on this projector, we have the actual board and the output there. I mean, this is just a camera of what a student would see in the lecture, so if it's a bit blurry and you can't see what's going on, it's more likely to be Zoom's compression than anything else. But if Harry writes on the board...
Let's go something big.
As you can see, it's projected into the class and the whole class can see it. That's pretty much for the setup in here. As you can see, we're in the physics theatre. I guess talk about the board itself, so we'll just jump over to the board.
So I'm just going to try and share screen. Just give me one sec. There we go. Cool. So now you can see essentially what will be on the Zoom call. So the Vibe Canvas is essentially just like the heart of what this is, really. You just make pages and write on it. It's just a standard like whiteboard. There are other apps that we have on this. Like one thing that I was demonstrating before was you can put Mathematica on this. So you can do live manipulations of functions and plots and stuff if you want to do that. We also have PowerPoint. So if you want to do PowerPoints in your lectures, you can go through them and that's all good. And you can also draw on them. That's a marker, but there's also a permanent pen, like that. The other thing we can do is you can do side by side. So if you want to have a PowerPoint running while you're deriving something or writing something, you can do that as well. We also have Moodle on this as well, and Echo 360, which I believe Dom is using for quantum physics.
So yeah, basically it's a large Android tablet. So any app that you can use on an Android phone, you can use on here. And as you can see in the Zoom call, the students online get a proper representation of what's going on. It's not blurry, it's very clear. But to finish the setup, we have two cameras as well. So we have an audience cam.
So there's an audience cam here. And there's also the face tracking webcam. So it's locked onto my face now. So I can walk around the room. Hold on. I unlocked it. There we go. So I can walk around the room and it will just follow me. So I can, it'll know exactly where I am. So when I'm back here and talking and writing stuff, students have an idea, students back at home have an idea of what's going on, what I'm doing, and also what's happening in the classroom. It's also recorded, and it's not recorded through Zoom, it's recorded pre-Zoom, so the students get a much clearer picture than any Zoom call would get.
So this is just a quick view of behind over the shoulder of Harry. So this is basically, we've put the board low and angled so the lecturer can talk to the students in front of you and you don't have to keep turning like you would with a traditional blackboard. You've got a small monitor on the side, so you can monitor the chat on the video call and change it if you need to do. And also on the other side, we've got a small stand for you to put your notes as well. I think that's pretty much it. But also, I would say as well, at the moment we have two courses running, and they use this hybrid setup for all the elements of that. So the workshops, the tutes, the lectures are all done in this hybrid setup, which is quite nice to get that consistency. But it's not just a hybrid setup. We could easily use this for face-to-face as well. So if you came here and you just had a face-to-face lecture, you could use this setup. The people in the class would see it, and you could record onto the board what you've just done, and then you've got a perfect recording of the lecture you've just done. Also, as it's a whiteboard, once you've finished with your lecture, we save your notes as a PDF, and that can be given to students as well. And if you're really adventurous, you can invite people to play on the Canvas as well. So you can give a link, and students can join in on the Canvas as well if you want. So if you have revision questions, you want to write a question and get students to answer it, you could do that as well.